Hey, buddy, watch this.
Hello, hello, Regis Kilman is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is the Advice Arena, where I give you advice on playing in Arena. Welcome to part 5, the final part of my Skulker Rogue run. After an abysmal start, we're up to 9 wins, so we're on a roll. I think we've won something like 6 or 7 straight games, and we're not giving up hope just yet. This could be a 12-win deck. It's possible. It's got the legs. It's got the cards. The quality is there. We just have to draw well, get a little lucky when it comes to opponents, and see what happens. Now, of course, 9-2 is a successful run, no matter how you look at it. That's a great one. But we hadn't had those couple early losses, and we had a buffer of losses to get through here. I'd feel a little more confident, but it is pretty hard to win 3 straight games at this point. So even if we just had 1 loss, I'd feel better. But unfortunately, the 2 losses we took were at like games like 2 and 4, so quite early in the run. And it's going to make it tough from here on out. But I think we can do it. I don't love this hand, though. A lot of kind of weak reactionary stuff that's better in the late game. So we're going to hopefully get a good mulligan after that greedy choice, but not really a good mulligan either. This is at least a playable 4-drop. But these are very, very slow. Eviscerate's very slow. We're in a bad spot right now. Unfortunately, I have to weapon. This is at least playable as a 3-drop unless he Acidic Swamp oozes me, which would be totally crushing and probably cost us the game. That's pretty scary too, to be honest. So hopefully this does force a trade and maybe even a ping. Even if he sends both guys in, I feel okay. I have a good 4-drop. Oh, the ping is fantastic. I mean, our face gets locked down, which sucks, but oh, well, that's pretty good though. Shoot, the coin there was pretty solid. I'll play this. It's not the best stuff in the world to trade, but it does trade a little, right? It sets up my weapon maybe. It perhaps keeps me from being frozen out, but probably not. He is actually taking the trade that freezes my face, which is an interesting decision. I like it. It's cool. Oh my gosh. This guy is built to destroy rogues, I guess. I'll play the crowd favorite here. It's not ideal, but as I think I've mentioned in a previous video, it's a little better than the Dark Iron Dwarf because it can be buffed. We're not going to buff it in a single turn very often, so it's fine to play it as a 4/4 and just hope it sticks. He's not going to... Oh, he's going to freeze it. That's pretty good, but we actually are going to deny the ping here, which is pretty valuable. And this might actually keep my face alive as well, or keep me in an attacking position, because these Snow Chuggers have been very frustrating so far. Frost Elemental is just a stupidly good card. We actually have another Battlecry minion to buff this again, too, so that could end up being incredibly relevant. In fact, we have a great turn with Shadow Strike Dark Iron Dwarf, but he took the good trade. That's totally reasonable. Shadow Strike is going to be nuts. I don't really need to Dark Iron Dwarf, but I guess I could Shadow Strike Eviscerate and just keep this out and re-weapon. Shadow Strike Evis. That feels pretty good, honestly. I don't know if we're going to get a better Evis than this. Just because it does give us the 5/5 and the board. I wish I had something to play for 2 mana instead of just re-weaponing. 1 face damage isn't really worth 2 mana. But it puts us in a good spot. We have some plays. We're close to the Kraken. This is definitely a winnable position. We've got card equality. So we're ahead right now for sure. Similar health totals. I don't really care about that. Oh, wow. This is a ridiculous play. Actually ridiculous. And I'll go ahead and take the face damage here. It's a little risky against Mage. I could Fan of Knives. Yeah, I'm actually going to Fan of Knives. He doesn't have enough cards that he's ever going to have like 4 dudes out anymore. Plus we have Betrayal for that. And face damage is valuable because if he's got like 4 straight fireballs, we could lose the game. Preserves a weapon charge too. I'm actually not going to use my weapon just yet. It might matter. We have stuff like Silted Swarmer. We're probably going to North Sea Kraken next turn no matter what. So it probably doesn't matter next turn, but it could matter. Can Dark Iron trade. We can ping. Kraken doesn't really help. I do want to get the Kraken out though because it's so big, but I think it's more important to do it reactively. I might just Dark Iron Skulker and Dark Iron Dwarf here to kill that with the other Dark Iron Skulker and play 3 pretty good minions, but they are quite susceptible to Flame Strike. It's really the only problem. Flame Strike blows me out right here. Maybe I just go... maybe I sacrifice a minion. I mean, it's not likely that he has a Flame Strike, but we're at 9 wins, right? So people have good cards. It's certainly possible. I guess if he does Flame Strike, at the very least, we'll be able to recover the board, because he won't have enough mana to do anything else. So I think that would be fine. I'll weapon here, because now we're at a point where we'll play this next turn, and then we'll always have enough mana the following turn, because we don't have enough cards left. And we put him pretty close on it. So he did have the Flame Strike. That's what we're worried about, but we can hit face for 4. And did he... I didn't even look. Did he top deck that, or did he... I might actually need the weapon. I'm going to save it. That was just kind of wrong. I was planning on using it and weaponing next turn almost no matter what, but... It's a good sign that he's not killed this yet. We do not have lethal, but we're going to be very close. We have 10, 11 with the Bog Creeper. Oh, it's even better. I'm just going to Shiv face. I'm going to play So Greedy here. And I'm going to play the Bog Creeper. And just go face. This is pretty greedy. He could have like Flame Strike and clear my board again. He'd have to sacrifice his board though. We have some sticky stuff though, and we have a Betrayal, so I actually feel sort of good about this play. Corrupted Seer. That's not gonna do it. Yeah, as I say, I think he's one off there. Not a Flame Strike, but AoE. Okay, so we made it to the hallowed double-digit wins. Pretty exciting stuff. Another scary game, but we just figured it out. We had the stuff we needed. Had the plays we needed. Let's keep going. No reason to break our momentum. It is the 4th of July as I'm recording this, so quite a patriotic little deck we have here, winning games for America. Perhaps everybody's out celebrating 4th of July at picnics, and that's why we're winning. Let's get in the leftovers here. We'll thank America for this run. Love to get to 12 wins. Would be our first 12-win Advice Arena run. In fact, I think this is our first double-digit Advice Arena run. There will be many, many more. So happy that this deck did get to succeed. I was real worried early that those tough losses we took were gonna be our demise, but we pulled it out. We pulled it out nicely, in fact. I'm gonna keep the Flame Juggler and the Swarmer here. Actually, I'll go ahead and keep the Annoyatron too. We might have a good turn where we weapon Annoyatron on 4 to enable the Silithid Swarmer that we played on 3. Corrupted Seer is okay, but kind of counter to our curve, because basically this is good when you're a little behind, and I think we might just have the board, but maybe not, right? We're going to be playing some slower minions. Oh, that's a good sign. Ping is always nice. We could go ahead and coin the Silithid Swarmer, but it probably makes our mana a little awkward, so we'll just play on curve like we're supposed to. Save that coin for a Bog Creeper or a Crusher or something. It's really not that... Oh, it's especially not good now. Jeez. I was going to say, it's not that good, and even worse at this point. Backstab is so good. I'm really glad that we took it. It's made some very relevant plays. And we can afford to have the low-cost card like that, because we have some draw and we have a lot of big minions. So there are multiple ways. So like I said, we might weapon Annoyatron here to enable this guy. We should be in a good spot unless he plays something really good. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. It's going to force some awkward trades here. I may actually just not deal with it right now and play the Annoyatron and let it kind of trade in and figure itself out. I can't really coin anything out relevant right now. I could kill it, but it just doesn't leave me with much of a board. I think I'm going to wait and find a better way to kill it, right? Could coin out the Corrupted Seer next turn if he, like, clears somehow. That's a pretty good play. Thankfully, the right one died. I think I'd rather have that one died.
Amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Oh, I think this is definitely the play. Yeah, this is definitely the play. It's hard to beat this card, honestly. And we can actually full clear. I gotta read the thing here, making sure how that works. So we have a solid board, pretty weak to Flame Strike, I guess, like always, but we have good cards. I think I'll coin out the Bog Creeper instead of the Crusher. Actually, maybe I'll put him to 15, so perhaps the Crusher is just better at this point, since we do have the board. That's not a bad play at all, because we can't really kill that very cleanly right now without sacrificing our 4-2. I'd like to see that. We cannot take him to 15 just yet. So I think we'll coin out the Bog Creeper instead. We can take a 16. That's unfortunate. He doesn't know how relevant it was that he was able to kill that minion. I don't love this necessarily, that this can get pinged and stuff, but I don't have a good trade yet. I could maybe have sacked it in anticipation of a future hero power, but I don't actually know that we're going to get to hero power much. So he's going to almost clear. I will be able to get the Crusher out, though, thanks to the sheep. How relevant is that? Wow. I mean, I probably would have played it anyway, but the fact that it's a 9/9 is super helpful. Super duper helpful. He may have another polymorph or something, who knows? Flame Lance ping is pretty good. There's ways to deal with that. Let's dig in for a polymorph, maybe. We're going to follow up with the Devil Sword. Oh, that's a good play. It's going to save him 9 health. In fact. Ooh. We could almost get through it with like Dark Iron, Hero Power, and stuff, but the sheep is super relevant. The sheep got me a 9/9, and the sheep got me a taunt on the Devil Sword. The sheep is a beast, and it has been wonderful. That sheep is MVP so far. That's a good sign. He has no mana left. Even a Flame Strike puts us in a good spot. I mean, not a Flame Strike, a Fireball. It could kill the Crusher, but, you know, we'd still have an 8/8 hitting his face, so I don't think he has the answer here. It seemed like he's taking a long time. Secret could be. I mean, if that's Vaporize, it's pretty annoying, isn't it? All right. I mean, if it's Vaporize, it's Vaporize, right? We've got to do it. I'm gonna go this way. This one's more susceptible to Fireball and that particular minion. So even though it has 1 extra attack, I'm gonna attack with it first. Ice Barrier. Do we have lethal? I don't think so. We can do 10. No, we can do 11. We don't have lethal just yet. We do need to kill this guy though. So I think we'll weapon up and Dark Iron Skulker. I don't really love taking 6 face damage here, but it gives us such a ridiculous board, and we're still at 18, which is healthy enough, right? I don't know how he recovers from this. Spellbreaker, it seems like you won't have enough mana left to be a relevant place. Nope, we get the win. Cool. Well played. Alright. Look at these power cards, man. We got pretty crazy lucky with that polymorph. The sheep definitely carried us close to victory. Okay, so this is it. 11 wins so far. 11-2. This is definitely the final game of the Skulker Rogue run. It's been a fun one. Final boss time. Let's see if we can't pull it out. Either way, I'm totally content. The difference between 12 and 11 is negligible at best. I don't really care. It's not my first 12 win run, so it's not significant necessarily. Of course it's nice. I'm going to try my best, but another mage. 3 straight mages, I think. Mage final bosses are tough. Pit Snake's intriguing. Man, I don't know. I feel like we need something better. If I Pit Snake, he may be forced to ping. Could give. We'll just keep it. It's flexible enough that it might matter. We'll see. It's not a good hand. I don't love this hand for 12 win game. This is not a final boss hand. Betrayal could help me swing the board for sure. I'm sure he's gonna mana worm something. I don't know. I'm gonna play this and just hope to God that he has to ping it, and we're able to get a 2 or 3 drop that's relevant. Hopefully a 2 drop so I can coin the Dark Iron onto it. That's not a relevant 2 drop or a relevant 3 drop. So see, like, we're just in a bad spot now. Our hand is just trash. It's all reactive. I mean, at least it is consistent, right? It's consistently reactive. Shiv's actually a good draw here, surprisingly. Surprisingly a good draw. If I'd seen a 2 drop, I would have coined it out, I think. That would have been great to set up the Dark Iron Dwarf. But still no 2 drops. We have so many 2 drops. It's our most common mana cost. Of course, a couple of those are Betrayal and Eviscerate, so that makes a little bit of sense. But Backstab Evis is sort of good. I want to kill this, but I don't know. I can't coin out any 5 drops. I can't kill it with just Backstab. Backstab Fan doesn't do anything. I can kill it, but it uses all my mana. I think I'll just play this, and if he wants to make the trade, that's fine. If not, we can buff it and do some shenanigans. We're actually, this hand is starting to look pretty good because we're still at 28 health, and Bog Creeper's coming, and these kinds of cards can make plays. So this hand, since he hasn't actually had a blistering start either, I mean, Kobold Geomancer into animated armor is not like the best play I've ever seen. That's a pretty good play, but Backstab Evis will destroy his board, and I can play a 4 drop. Dark Iron, Backstab, Dark Iron Skulker is not as good of a combo, unfortunately. So we'll have to play the Dark Iron. Is Fan and Knives any better? No, because it's awkwardly mana costed. So we'll waste the coin here, so we won't be able to coin out the Bog Creeper the following turn. But getting the board back here is really quite valuable. And still having the weapon up. We're a little low on health and a little low on cards, but we actually have some card draw and some reactionary stuff and a big minion, so I think we're okay. It's a pretty good card. Could Betrayal Fan would clear. Dark Iron Skulker doesn't really do a lot to that. It can kill this half. It's a pretty good turn. It's a pretty good turn. Could just trade here and play a 4 drop and weapon up, I guess. I don't love that though. Wish I could play the Bog Creeper for sure. I think we'll just do what I said here. The problem with the Infested Tauren is the taunt's actually bad because I can't Dark Iron Skulker that in a future turn because it'll have taken damage, which is sort of unfortunate. I don't love this turn. This is not a power turn. This is a good 8 mana power turn. Betrayal could really help though. If he plays 2 guys here and he doesn't think about Betrayal positioning, we might be able to stabilize. Betrayal Fan can do stuff too. We could even weapon up if we needed, as long as a minion survives that we have the board. Let's just see what he does here. Bog Creeper. Betrayal is actually not bad here. It's basically a 5 mana or a 5 damage spell. It's not the best Betrayal I've ever seen, but Could Skulker Betrayal weapon trade. No, I'd have traded that way. Leave me with a 2/2 and a 4/3. Skulker takes us to 6. Betrayal takes it to 1. I use my weapon. I go to 18. I trade the Dark Iron Dwarf in here. I have a 4/3 and a 2/2. I think that's the best play, right? The Bog Creeper doesn't trade well. Betrayal Fan doesn't do a lot because I'd still sacrifice everything. Let's just go ahead and do this. It's not my favorite play ever, but it's at least a play. It gives us the board. We have some good minions. Frost Ellie could be very relevant if you play something big or something that trades effectively. Maybe we can bait out a Flame Strike here. Maybe he's just like, oh, I'm just going to Flame Strike this guy. That looks like Frostbolt, probably. Maybe Arcane Blast. Seems unlikely, though. Frigid Snowbolt, Forgotten Torch. Snowbolt's not bad. It trades here pretty well. I'm just going to play the Bog Creeper. Frost Ellie's not terrible, but it's only probably slightly better. Or slightly worse, I should say. I'm going to save the weapon because we have 8 mana next turn. We may need it. I don't know. It's bad Flame Polymorph Boar. That's pretty good. But he doesn't... I don't know. What else is he going to play, I guess? Oh, that's good. Fan of Knives, though. Can I do anything with Fan of Knives? Anything with Corrupted Seer? Corrupted Seer, Fan of Knives actually does clear his board, but I have to take 4 more damage, don't I? Jeez. So I should Fan of Knives first, I guess, right? Let's see what we get. Because it could matter. Mercy Kraken. It wouldn't have helped, but I'm super pumped to see that card. Alright, so not the best play in the world, but does give us the board, and he's a little low on cards, and we have the great follow-up. The 14 health is what really scares me, because that's like 2 fireballs. If he's just like sitting on fireballs, he's going to ping me, and we're going to engage in a race here that could be very dangerous. Frost Ellie's going to do some work on that guy, thankfully. Frost Ellie, Flame Juggler as well. Let's go ahead and Flame Juggle and see what we get. It's almost destined to be good, because there's so many Divine Shields. Yeah, nice. So we'll freeze this guy and kill this guy. That's actually a pretty baller turn. The Kraken will enable me to kill this, perhaps, but I have a feeling I'm going to send in these 2 and use the Kraken on something else with 6 or less health. Looks like a Fireball. Roaring Torch instead. Okay. That's it's kind of scary. Oh, that's actually a pretty good play. That's going to be annoying. So I'm going to have to use both of these guys to kill the 7/7, I think. I can't afford to leave it around. It just does too much damage. It's like a Kraken, dude. He's going to get a lot more dudes out, but the Noritron will clean up the dudes in future turns, I think. So, and he's going to be pressured to kill... I could use my face, but that just puts me in fireball range. It's just not worth it. He's going to have 4 damage we know about, so I don't think he'll be able to kill this. It's certainly possible. He might turn face, too, if he's got a damage spell here. Shattered Sun Cleric is pretty good. We're going to have to kill that. It just generates too much value every turn. So he's already thinking about face. I like it. It's a very respectable decision. Thankfully, we do have a taunt, which will shut out some future minions. But he's on a fireball draw to win is the problem, right? And I think I have to kill this. It just represents too much long-term threat. So he's on a fireball draw to win. He's already spent the Roaring Torch. That's good. But we're just on a really short clock here. We have to win the game soon, and unfortunately there's a lot of dudes. Oh, that could be very relevant. Yeah, actually not that bad. Well, I'm actually happy he did it that way. It makes my Unstable Ghoul a lot better. The question is, do I have to trade or do I have to go face? Oh my goodness. I think I'll trade this turn and then face forever after. Because I'm basically looking at lethal anyway. I can't kill a minion because that could put me on Frostbolt range. So it's basically this turn. If he gets a Flame Strike, he wins. If he gets... well, Flame Strike doesn't technically win him the game, but it probably does. That's good, but it's not enough. That's lethal, I think, for us. We have 12, 13. He can ping this off for a Doomsayer, I think, is actually the right play. He loses if he pings this off. Pinging this for Doomsayer is his only out. That's actually the wrong play, because we just have lethal. He had to ping this for Doomsayer. That was his only out. Alright! What do you know? 12 wins. An abysmal start, but by God, we just triumphed over our final boss with nary spare health. There, wow. The Skulker Rogue, 12 wins, all on the back of Dark Iron Skulker. Here's the list. Backstab down to Corrupted Seer. Draconid Crusher down to North Sea Kraken. Nice curve. 12 and 2, we'll certainly take it. Much thanks to Hearth Arena for helping with the draft this time around. I don't know if it's a coincidence that our first Hearth Arena game we get a 12-win run. I don't think it's totally coincidence, but it certainly the card quality was there, which we don't see a lot in my arena drafts, I feel like. So let's see what we get. No more teasing you. It's good rewards guaranteed here. Five nice boxes. So 255 gold a pack, 85 more gold puts us at 260, 340 gold, golden common, that's pretty boring, but 340 gold is nothing to scoff at, so I'm not too unhappy there. Let's see what the pack has to offer as well. Ooh, a purple. So not a bad pack. Cool card. Got him, but still a cool card. Some dust for me there. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Another 120 dust, and we'll go ahead and disenchant that golden card as well. I don't know what these new cards are from, but seems to be a little buggy here. But let's go ahead and disenchant that Blood Sail as well, just to fulfill the final... I don't know what I'm looking at here, but not the right thing, that's for sure. There she is. Alright, so pretty good run. Thanks for sticking with me through all 5 parts of this video. Thanks so much for watching as always. And until next time, hopefully with another 12-win Advice Arena run. Game on.